What if the reason you are not getting interviews has nothing to do with your experience and everything to do with information that you've already left on your CV? Recruiters regularly see candidates include details that are actually outdated, irrelevant, or simply taking attention away from the strongest qualifications that you've got. And the frustrating part is that nobody tells you which details caused them to actually lose interest. So in this video, I'm revealing 5 things you should actually remove from your CV immediately, including one innocent looking sentence that actually has been outdated for years, but yet we still have it. Top of the morning, everyone. My name is T and I'm back with another video. Today I'm breaking down top 5 things you should always remove from your CV in 2026 and why recruiters do not actually need them and what you should actually include instead. This matters because your CV has one job. It must make your value clear enough for somebody to actually want to invite you for a job interview. We need a bit of the highlights that matter for that job. Okay, let's get into it. Number 1, unnecessary personal information. This includes your date of birth, marital status, hobbies, number of children, religion, nationality, and most UK applications, your photograph. But in some of the European countries, yes, you can actually add a picture. Your CV or your resume is a professional document. So a recruiter needs to understand your experience, the skills, and suitability for that particular role that they've advertised. For most applications, your name, telephone number, professional email address, and general location are enough. So for example, you can write Bern, Switzerland or Basel, Switzerland. You do not need to include any passport number, ID number, national insurance number, or any sensitive information that people can use for the wrong things. And while you actually clean up the top of your CV, there's another outdated section sitting there that sounds professional, but usually just almost says nothing, which is the generic career objective. You've probably seen something like this in most people's CVs. I'm seeking a challenging position with a reputable organization where I can utilize my skills and grow professionally. That sentence could belong to anybody. An accountant could use that sentence. A project manager could actually use it. A nurse could use it. Someone applying to become Batman could probably still use that particular line. Now, the problem is that that statement focuses on what you want rather than what you actually offer the employer. Recruiters already know that you actually want an opportunity. So replace that generic objective for something a bit more focused from a professional profile point of view. Instead of saying, I'm looking for a challenging role where I can actually develop my skills, try something different like this one. A CIPD qualified HR advisor with 5 years experience supporting employee relations, recruitment, and organizational change across multinational businesses. Now, the recruiter immediately understands who you are, how much experience you actually have, and where your strengths normally lies, because you've already highlighted some of those things. Your profile should answer 3 main questions to anybody that looks at it, recruiters or hiring managers. Number 1 is, who are you professionally? And then number 2, what relevant experience or expertise do you have for the role that you've applied to? And then the third thing is, what value can you bring to this particular role that we would like to hire you for? Notice that I said this particular role. Your profile should not be copied and pasted into 50 irrelevant applications. Adjust it so that it actually reflects the priorities for the job descriptions that you're looking at. A useful profile is specific. A generic objective is just the motivational wallpaper. You can put it anywhere else. Now, once you've actually fixed your opening statement, look directly underneath your name. You may be sharing far more location information than needs to actually be shared. So, your full home address. You do not need to have your house number, street name, postcode on a modern CV anymore. Recruiters are not planning to actually pop up for tea and say, hey, listen, I was just in the neighborhood. In most cases, your town, city, or region actually gives them enough information to understand your general location. For example, Birmingham, UK. Like I said, Basel, Switzerland, or Bern, Switzerland. That is clear. It's simple and it's very professional. Removing your full address protects your privacy, particularly when your CV is being uploaded to job boards, recruitment databases, and multiple employer systems. And in most cases, sometimes people actually even email your CV to each other. There may be situations where an employer's applications form request your full address. In that case, provide the information through the official secure application process, not through the CV. Now remember, also people that actually do identity theft tend to actually require that information to be able to go build up your profile so that they can use your name for other nefarious reasons. You should also check that other contact details surrounding it are the correct one. Is your email address professional? Pretty Boy 1995 is no longer a professional email address. And what's the nice thing about this is that these days you can actually be able to change your Gmail account. Does your LinkedIn profile match the employment dates and job titles on your CV? And you also do not want your CV to say finance professional while your email address says Pretty Boy 2009. But there's another line that many job seekers actually place at the bottom of their CV because they actually think it makes the document look complete. References available upon request. The fourth thing to remove is this phrase. This line, unfortunately, is very unnecessary. Employers already actually understand that they can request references when you reach the appropriate stage of the recruitment process. Having that line does not make any sense anymore. Yes, we always assume that that was always part of the arrangement, so you should also avoid placing your reference names as well as telephone number, email addresses directly under your CV unless the employer has explicitly asked for them. Apart from using that valuable space, you're actually distributing someone else's personal details without their consent in most cases. So instead, create a separate reference sheet if you want to actually have that separate reference sheet. Include each reference name, job title, organization, relationship to your preferred contact details, and keep that separately until such time when somebody actually asks for it. Mainly because sometimes you also don't want them to reach out to your references until you've given them permission and until you've already spoken to your references to inform them. So what should you do with that space that you've now recovered? Use it under measurable achievements. For example, increased customer retention by 18%, reduced monthly reporting by 6 hours, managed a recruitment campaign that actually filled 25 vacancies within 8 weeks. And this brings me to number 5. This is where many people actually accidentally bury their strongest evidence. Irrelevant experience and long list of duties. Your CV should not give every job that you've actually ever done because it's taken the attention from the right places. The position that you held 12 years ago should not take up the same amount of space as the role that you're actually doing right now, particularly when the older position has little connection to the current job that you're looking at. The same principle applies to job duties. Many CVs say things like responsible for answering emails, responsible for attending meetings, responsible for producing reports. Now, these statements actually tell the recruiter what the job requirement was. They do not tell the recruiter whether you actually performed that job quite well. So recruiters are more interested in your contribution. What contribution did you play in that particular role? So instead of saying responsible for managing customer complaints, try something like this. Resolved an average of 40 customer cases per week while maintaining a 95% satisfaction rate. Instead of responsible for recruitment, try something like coordinated an end-to-end recruitment for 30 vacancies, reducing average time to hire from 52 to 38 days. The difference is evidence, not just the statement. Anybody can claim to be hardworking, results-driven, and excellent communicator. So here's a simple test for you that you can use today. Open your CV and examine every section of your CV. And try by all means to please ask yourself this first question that you've got. Does this information help prove that I can perform the role that I'm actually targeting? Could this sentence actually apply to almost every candidate that's actually out there applying? Am I describing a responsibility or am I demonstrating an achievement? Does the employer genuinely need this information at the application stage, or can I provide this a bit later? When the answer is no, please try and remove it or rewrite it in a different way. I want to actually hear from you guys. Which of these 5 things is currently sitting on your CV right now that you're actually working with? Is it the full address? Is it the career objective that doesn't speak to the job that you're applying to? Is it the reference statement or the 10 lines describing a job that you actually had in 2011? Drop that in the comments. This is a judgment-free CV clinic, so please be as honest as you can. Today, we've actually covered 5 things that you need to remove from your CV, which are very important. Number 1 is unnecessary information or unnecessary personal information that's out there. Number 2 a generic objective that everybody else can use and it would still apply to them. And then number 3 is your home address, guys. Your personal home address is unnecessary on any application. Number 4 is the phrase that says references available upon request. Nobody cares about that anymore because if they need it, they'll reach out. And irrelevant experience or long list of duties that nobody understands what you were saying. Removing these details will actually give you a bit more room to actually focus on what the employer actually wants to see, the relevant skills, the clear objectives, as well as the evidence of what you actually bring. In the next video, I'll show you the top 5 things you need to stop saying in job interviews. And if you found these tips helpful, please don't forget to like, don't forget to share and subscribe to as many people as you want. Until we meet again in the next video, peace.